Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In one of my previous videos, I started talking more about business, how to set up the business, and the differences of being an employee versus self-employed. And today I decided to expand on that topic. And let's say if you are interested in starting your business, or maybe you already have an idea for business and you're setting up your company, I'll share with you 8 steps that you need to do in order to set up your company and set up your business so you can run it easily and it's actually successful in the long run. So those are important steps that you need to be aware of. So if you are interested, if you are starting a business, this video is for you. And before I begin, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please leave me your comments and questions. And that will be a great way for me to know if my content is valuable for you and what else I should tell you about and what kind of information you are interested to learn about. Okay, well, thank you, and let's start. So as I mentioned, let's say you do have an idea for your business and you set up the company. It doesn't matter if it is set up in a form of sole proprietorship or corporation. The main idea is that you are on the path to set up your own business, and you need to know 8 steps that will allow you to set up the business properly. So step number 1, you need to register your business. You need to register the number, business number, and the name. Some people only keep the number because it's enough for the function of the company. But of course, some businesses, they require to have a special name. So you need to make sure you go to the government body that can check all the lists of companies and names, and they can make sure that your name is unique and can be registered. Step number 2. You need to open a separate bank account for your business. The reason why you need to do that, you want to separate your money, separate the personal and business accounts. It will make your life so much easier when you have everything related to business in a separate place versus mixing it with your personal banking, because it might be very confusing, and eventually when your business grows, I think it may be very hard to manage your finances and distinguish between your personal versus business expenses as well as revenue. So you need to go to any bank. I think all banks in the States or Canada, they have a variety of different options for small businesses. Just the matter of which bank is more convenient for you. You can go to the one that you already have account with and just open a simple business account. I also personally think while you have the business account with the bank, you also should have the credit card for your business only. And again, the solely purpose of doing that is to separate personal expenses versus business expenses, because that will make your life easier when you will have to calculate all of your expenses and obviously when you have your taxes filed. Number 3, you need to register your business with revenue agency. So in Canada, that'll be CRA. And in the States, that will be IRS. You need to make sure you go online and register your company, your business with them. Because again, at the end of each fiscal year of your company, you will have to file your taxes and you need to be set up in the system with revenue services. You just need to do it. You must do it. There's no way around it, because one way or another, eventually you'll have to pay your taxes. Number 4, you need to either set up the way how you will do your bookkeeping or hire a bookkeeper for you. What does it mean? So you will have expenses by running your own business, and you will need to make sure you can keep track of those expenses, and you can actually put them in different categories, like for example, travel expenses or office expenses, or let's say maybe meals and entertainment with customers, etc. So you need to make sure you have a system how to organize those expenses. Bookkeeper can help you to do so, but let's say if you're just a beginner, you're just starting your business, it doesn't have to be someone else. You can actually create a spreadsheet, an Excel spreadsheet, where you can just categorize all of your expenses, put them all together in, just for the sole purposes of keeping everything organized and keeping everything tracked. I also would suggest to hire an accountant. Maybe you don't have to hire an accountant on day 1 when you start your business, but I would suggest to do it sooner than later, because with the right accountant, you can actually strategize your financial situation in your business, and you can actually talk ahead of time about your plans for the year, account for your expenses, and go through all the right processes in order to keep track of your profitability of your business. Step number 5. I would recommend to set up a business email right away. It doesn't have to be paid email, as let's say there are some companies like GoDaddy, for example. They offer the paid email with the name of your company included in your email address. It's not maybe necessary in the first little bit. I think even Gmail or Yahoo services will do. I just suggest to have your email set up separately, so again you can separate your personal emails from your business emails, because again, business have tendency to grow, and I'm sure that's the goal of your business as well. You want to make sure it grows over time and more requests can come to you, and you need to use separate email for that, so you can keep all the communications with your customers and clients in one spot. Well, the next step will be the website, which is kind of tied to the previous step. Yes, website is very important. I think to have an online visibility and online presence is important nowadays. We live in the 21st century. It's inevitable. You have to have a website. However, I also can understand that some businesses potentially would not benefit from having a professionally created and designed website. They can benefit just from having a landing page, just to name the company, description. It's just more of it's like the business card, but in a format of simple website. And you can do it yourself. Nowadays, there are so many tools that allow you to do so. You can do it through WordPress, you can do it with Wix. There are a lot of services online that can help you to build that simple website to present your company, just to have it out there. If people want to search your company, the name of your company, they can go and see what it's all about. So I would suggest to have a website and to start building it sooner than later. Number 7, this step is not a must step for some companies, because it depends on the nature of your business. And again, there are so many variables here and so many different types of businesses that potentially you are building right now, so I cannot comment on each of them. However, this step is important to consider, and I'm talking about IP, or intellectual property. You need to think about intellectual property protection. Depending on what you are building, you need to read and research if any of your products, services, they need to be protected by the intellectual property law. For example, maybe you are building a brand, and maybe the brand name that you're using for your product needs to be protected by trademark. So research that in advance. So it's the step that I'm mentioning to you just to be mindful of. It's usually expensive. When it comes to IP, you probably would need to work with intellectual property lawyer. So usually it's expensive to have IP or to file for protection of intellectual property in your company. So especially if it's a patent or even copyright can cost some good money. So you need to account for it, and you'd rather do it sooner than later, again, depending on your business and depending if that brings value to your business, especially if it brings value to your business. If having a patent or patent pending is crucial for your business, start in advance, dedicate money in advance, or make sure you have money saved for it. Okay, and step number 8, and again, that's also a step to consider. Maybe you don't need to do it right away on day 1, but something to think about depending on the nature of your business is to get the insurance for your business. There are many insurance companies that can give you basic insurance coverage for your business. Think about again, nature of your business, consult with insurance companies. What kind of insurance would work for you and what exactly you are insuring? Is it you and your ability to work, or is it the product? Is it the stock that you keep in your warehouse? Is it your office? Because maybe you work from home, but your office has certain items that you'd like to keep insured. Like it depends on the nature of your business, but think about it, do your research, talk to insurance companies, explain them the nature of your business, and I'd suggest to have insurance sooner than later, or at least to start conversation about having insurance at the beginning of your journey. I think that's it for today. I hope those 8 steps were helpful for you, because they are important. You need to think about them when you set up your company, and yeah, good luck with your business. I hope your business is fruitful, and I'll see you in my next video.